Hey everybody, it's Swamp Wampa, and I wanted to walk you through how I made the demo beats for my new Lo-Fi Super Loops pack by chopping up some of the guitar and bass samples found inside. I'm going to take you through how I built the track in the opening of this video, as well as the one that plays in the end. Both demo tracks can be found in the link below. For this video I'm using my Maschine Micro Mark II, but the ideas can be applied to any DAW or hardware sampler such as Ableton, an MPC, Sp-404. You get the idea. There'll also be a link in the description where you can buy the new Lo-Fi Super Loops pack. It's only $2, which I think is a great deal given all of the guitar, bass, and synth samples found inside. So the first track from the demo is a mix between lo-fi and reggae. It's based around one guitar loop, one bass loop, and a simple drum track, but I use some variation to keep the whole beat interesting. So I'm going to start by breaking down the drum track. It's made up of a kick, snare, and a click sound that kind of acts as a hi-hat. All of the drum sounds are chopped from a loop that Roland released for a contest on 404 Day. So I duplicated the loop 3 times and then trimmed it down until I got individual drum hits for each sound, similar to the way that you would do it on an MPC or an Sp-404. I typically use this more than the Machine's slice function because it gives me an opportunity to individually tune, EQ, or compress each one of those chops. So the guitar is made up of a loop called Oldies Processed. It's from Lo-Fi Super Loops and has kind of a 50s guitar rock sound. So I EQ'd the entire group to remove some of the bass since the loop includes bass guitar and regular guitar. I then found a fitting lo-fi bass loop from the pack and then chopped it at some spots that I thought were interesting and fit the track. For both the guitar and the bass, I tend to chop where there's kind of a turnaround or when there's 2 notes kind of jamming into each other, like right at the tail end of one note going into another, because it gives kind of a flammed sound. So after I built up the main loop for the song, I would duplicate the scene in Maschine and then just make micro variations on it to keep the song interesting. I also try to avoid over quantizing my beats, especially when it's lo-fi or chopped up loops. With the Maschine, I'd use the 50% quantize function, or I would only quantize notes that hit on the 1 or the 3rd beat. So the second song from the demo track, the one that played in the beginning of this video, demonstrates when I would leave a loop alone and use orchestration or other elements and build around it rather than chop it up. The E-piano sound in this loop comes from my Yamaha Reface DX. I've only really EQ'd and added some reverb to the piano sound. The bass is a bass pad sound. It's not from a VST, it's actually from a multi-sampled synth. The drums are made up of some of the thousands of drum samples that Cymatics have released. I just gave them some of my own flavor with some EQ, some bit reduction, especially on the hi-hats. I like the crispy sound that adds. And that's it as far as that beat goes. I think a lot of the loops from Lo-Fi Super Loops can kind of stand on their own like that. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or any suggestions for future videos, leave it in the comments below. The link for Lo-Fi Super Loops is also in the description of this video, as well as the demo track for that pack. Again, it's only $2, so I really suggest looking at it and maybe picking it up and supporting the channel.
Swamp Wampa out.